Good evening, class. My name is Eva. My team members are Mayor, Madav, and we're presenting the project titled Topgolf Delhi. So what is Topgolf? Topgolf Entertainment Group, or TEG, is a technologically enhanced golf and entertainment organization that aims to bring people together and to make meaningful experiences without paying that premium membership fee and the stuffy feeling of a private golf club. TEG takes the driving range to the next level. It basically combines the driving range with interactive virtual games like Angry Birds, and also you can have food and drinks sent to your lane with a personal server. The main focus is on the social experience of golf, and they do this by adding the elements of food, music, and digital entertainment. Topgolf's ultimate purpose is to bring people together and to facilitate a fun, friendly competition in a party-like setting. It's also appropriate for all ages. There are over 60 locations for Topgolf worldwide, but none in India at this moment, despite the growing golf market in that country. And for this reason, our project goal is to successfully establish the first Topgolf in India. More specifically, our main project goal is to establish the first Topgolf in the city of Delhi. Our scope includes obtaining legal permits, acquiring the necessary land, developing infrastructure, procuring necessary materials, and marketing towards the public. Opening any Topgolf centers outside of Delhi is outside of our scope, but could be a good subject for future projects. So why did we choose to open in India? Golf in this country is regarded as kind of an expensive and elite sport. Most facilities in India are private and cost quite a lot, only offering full 18-hole programs, which can be quite intimidating and unwelcoming to players of different ages, different experience levels, and different circumstances. Also, since most golf clubs, especially in Delhi, are private clubs, there are no places in Delhi which offer playtime for public access. This can discourage casual players and people with lower disposable income from participating. And we chose to target Delhi specifically because it's also the capital of India and it has the most developed and most metropolitan city. Delhi's economy is growing very fast, and so are the number of professionals with money to spend. This is largely due to Delhi government encouraging the growth of IT industries. There are also only 7 world-class golf courses available in Delhi, and all are private clubs requiring high membership fees again. So this makes Delhi a very good target for opening the first Topgolf facility. Our goals and milestones are first IGU collaboration. IGU is the Indian Golf Union. Local market collaboration to advertise. License and permits, which we need to get before starting our project. Land acquisition and developing the infrastructure for our facility. Procuring the materials, and of course project launch. We will require initial investment of $30 million. This will cover equipment costs, franchise costs, and infrastructure costs. Our infrastructure and construction will be outsourced to our partner, the Larsen & Toubro company, L&T, which is a construction company. And we mentioned having a local business partner in IGU, the Indian Golf Union. They're an apex organization dedicated to promoting and developing golf as a sport in India. We'll also partner with local marketing companies such as Sony Entertainment, who will help us develop a strong marketing campaign, and also the Times of India newspaper for newspaper advertising. Now, since we're requesting a budget of $30 million, we do want to know when the project is expected to break even. This average pricing is based on the current market research of Indian spending power, and based on our costs as well as taking into account taxes, it'll take us at least 2 years to break even and start gaining a net positive return on the investment. Our process to project launch is going to start with approaching IGU. We're going to contact the Departments of International Strategy, International Relations, and their legal department, and basically establish strong connections with the Gulf community in India. Then we need to obtain permits and clearance from the Delhi government, since we're going to be serving food, serving alcohol, and of course doing construction. Next, we need to acquire our land and procure the materials and human resources necessary for the project. Then we need to start our infrastructure, which we said we were outsourcing to the L&T construction company. And lastly, we will have our project launch. Here's an outline of our tentative project schedule. IGU collaboration was listed as the first activity, but it will be overlapping with the activities of market collaboration and obtaining our license and permits. Obtaining the permits and licenses has to come before acquiring our land. And then after land acquisition, we'll start our infrastructure, which will go on for 6 months. In total, from beginning of the project to project launch, it should be about 1 year. Here are a list of our stakeholders. They include high-level executives such as our vice presidents of Topgolf, the C-suite executives of Topgolf, project manager, 2 representatives from IGU, both from the Departments of International Relations and the legal department, and the manager of engineering from L&T Construction Company. When communicating with these stakeholders, the high-level executives, we should talk to them in a more direct manner and a very logical manner, since we're going to be meeting with them for strategic development and to find a good budget as well as timeline that makes sense. This means we have to be realistic and very direct about the risks and assumptions that could come up and be our obstacles. The project manager, we need to communicate in a very detailed and direct manner, also very frequently, since he or she is going to be involved in all the day-to-day organization of resources and tasks to achieve success. In communicating with the IGU representatives, we need to be a little bit more indirect because we're trying to build rapport with them. We need to be more culturally aware and culturally sensitive. And lastly, when communicating with the engineering manager, we should be very detailed and direct so we avoid any miscommunications in urban planning and the infrastructure. In terms of stakeholder analysis, the VP and higher level C-suite executives, such as the CFO, have very high influence on the project but low interest on the day-to-day ongoings. So we need to keep them satisfied and informed, but we don't need to communicate with them too often. The project manager has high influence and high interest. So they're a key player in the project, and we need to be managing them or communicating with them very, very closely. The consultants from IGU and the contractor from L&T have low influence in the project, but very high interest on the ground level operations. So they need to be kept informed on probably a weekly or bi-weekly basis. The overall communication plan will be quarterly meetings for strategic development and progress reports with the C-suite executives. That way we can adjust for the next quarter in terms of budget and schedule. Then bi-weekly meetings for high-level operations with the CMO for marketing and the COO for overall operations strategy. Then we'll need weekly check-ins to manage and monitor the progress of our contractors and consultants. This is important so that we keep everybody on the same page and that progress is smooth. Lastly, we're going to communicate daily through emails and memos with the project manager and the project team members. This is to make sure all ground level operations are running smoothly and we're all working towards the goal of success for the project. And the communication plan for each individual stakeholder is a little bit different. The higher level VPs and C-suite executives need to be contacted less frequently and probably only with quarterly or bi-weekly meetings in person, as well as progress reports. The project manager should be communicated with definitely daily through meetings, emails, progress reports, memos, and this is to make sure that we're managing our resources and our progress accordingly. The IGU representatives, after the initial meeting with them face-to-face, probably only need to be contacted as needed through emails or informal face-to-face meetings. And then the manager of engineering from L&T should be contacted weekly through face-to-face meetings, emails, and on-site meetings so that we can go over the infrastructure progress. I hope this presentation has given everyone an overview of our project and that this is a successful kickoff. Thank you so much for listening, and let me know if you have any questions.